Welcome to our brand new podcast, Hourglass. I'm your host, Owen, and this is a podcast where I get into a range of different topics and conversations with people I know, and hopefully different guests in the future. The podcast you're about to hear is a conversation between me and my friend Temba, and we attempt to get into the definition of happiness and what happiness means to us. The actual name of the podcast comes from a song by Catfish and the Bottlemen called Hourglass, surprisingly, so I hope you go and check out that song as well. Hope you enjoy the episode and check out the links down below.
The only success that matters is happiness. That's it. It's the bottom line. And people go around the houses to get it. They think things like money are bringing them happiness. I mean, it helps. You know, you
got to pay the bills.
Exactly. You've got to live. You've got people think fame has sorted out. But they just go. All you have to do is go straight to being happy. What makes you happy?
I wanted to do an episode on happiness and what makes us happy. So I got my friend Temba. Do you want to say hello, Tem?
You're right.
And we're going to discuss what makes us happy. I wanted this episode because I feel like in this podcast we're going to talk a lot of shit and we're going to disagree with a lot of things, and there's going to be a lot of things that don't make us happy. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I thought about what makes us happy. First question to kick it off: what kind of things are you doing in isolation, Tem, to keep yourself busy?
Well, one thing that I've started to pick up is drawing. My girlfriend Sarah is an incredible artist.
Really is, yeah.
It's inspired me to draw a little bit more, and so to the extent where I'm thinking of making like a comic, because one of my courses is creative writing. I do creative writing and journalism.
Yeah.
I want to make like a comic book or something in the future.
Yeah, that's class. That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
They're good drawings as well. From what I've seen, like they're actually like decent.
Oh, thanks. Oh, shucks.
How are you finding your new what's it called? The sketchpad kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is that any good?
Oh boy! Like at the beginning, yeah. Like I opened the first page, the first drawings there, and you're like, "The fuck." But like as you like continue going through the pages, I gradually improve. Well, I think improve anyway, and yeah, it's good. Art is a good thing to get into if you want to like see yourself improve and you want to make something just at random. It's cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say like there's no better time to really do it, is there?
Nah, there's no better time now. Can't exactly go outside much.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, your drawings are like really good. So I think when I used to draw a lot when I was little, but I've been more writing now. Do you know what I mean? Obviously I got to get my uni work done because that's going to take a while. But yeah, writing. I've been reading like BBC scripts online, and like just shows of like there's Peaky Blinders scripts, and like all the scripts from BBC shows are like on the actual internet. So I've been like reading those and looking at like their template and trying to like. I'd like to like do my own script if that makes sense.
Yeah, script writing's sick. Like in general, we learnt about it last year, and it's partially what I have to do for my dissertation in creative writing. It's I've chosen to write a I think 10,000 word story.
Yeah.
Whether it be in terms of comic books, a script, or just a straight up story. I'm looking at scripts.
That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you carry
on. Do you think the creative, like it's obviously creative writing with journalism, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you if I were you, I would have preferred the creative writing part because I've studied journalism as well. I'd just prefer the creative writing part. Do you?
That's the thing. Because like, I enjoy writing when I'm not being told what to write and how to write.
Yeah, I get that.
I prefer like my own style. Whereas if you go to university to learn how to write, there's like pre-designated styles they tell you how to do.
Yeah.
They show you a select number of authors. Whereas if you were to chill at home and watch, I don't know, some incredible TV shows or read some incredible books, you develop your own style off of that. Whereas
exactly.
If you go to uni, it's just like, oh. And what makes it weird as well is how can you get marked for creative writing? It's subjective.
That's what I thought. Do you remember when people do GCSE art?
Yeah.
How do you get marked for that?
How can you get marked? Because like someone could do some incredible like piece of art, but since it's abstract and the marker doesn't understand it, because like art has like a bunch of context to it in pertains to the person that made it. That they won't get it, and they're like, all right, that's a C. When I look at it, shit, that's an A.
It's kind of like, do you remember, like, you know, Van Gogh?
Yeah.
Like, you've seen his paintings are incredible, don't get me wrong. But at the time, people thought they were awful. But they were obviously incredible. So how can you determine what's great and what's not? Do you know what I mean?
You that's what I don't understand about being graded on that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
I never got that.
There's certain things that you can grade. Like for writing, you can grade structure, punctuation, cohesion, all that kind of stuff. Like making sure the story makes sense. But like a couple assignments ago, I submitted a short story.
Okay.
I did decently well on it. I won't say the grade, but I did decently well on it.
Yeah.
But I got down marked for humor.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what a stupid thing to get marked down for.
The story was like it was in the middle of a superhero, like in the middle of a superhero movie.
Okay.
And I went for like a Marvel-esque, like, because you know how Marvel movies, they have to have a quip at the end of every serious thing.
The punchline kind of fun thing,
yeah. So I went for that, and when I showed it in my 1-to-1, my lecturer laughed and said that's pretty funny.
Okay.
So I said, all right then, I'm gonna do this so that when the marker sees it, they'll be like, yeah, that's good. The marker saw it and he was like, yeah, that just takes away from the entire situation. No, thank you, I don't like that. How can one person say something and another person say the other thing? And that's apparently law.
Yeah, and not just that, these are two people in the same field. Do you know what I mean? They're both marking writing. And so, in
that aspect, I regret choosing creative writing as part of my degree. Also, I just enjoy journalism a lot more too. It's a lot more like knowledgeable.
Yeah, there are definitely some favourable aspects about it. Do you know what I mean? Like uncovering that story and like writing about it.
Yeah, and you get to really learn about the inner workings of it and stuff. I don't what you know in your course for it. What do you cover like mainly? What do you cover?
So when we used to go on the Monday we would cover sports and it'd be based on sports. In the first semester, Monday is primarily sports. So it's like basically all day. Yeah. Then you'd have a Tuesday afternoon about law, so you know what you can and can't say. And then you have a Friday session about journalism as a whole. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in the second semester, we had the same Monday class again, and then we didn't have the law one because like you pass it and then you move on kind of thing. And then we have a Friday session about global and community impact. So that's kind of like how it affects us and how positive journalism and negative journalism, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think I'd really love to do like the creative writing one. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, you know, you pick something and you're like, I really love sport, but if I keep talking about it all the time, it's going to make me fall out of love with it, kind of thing.
You know, that's exactly what happened with me with creative writing, because you know from high school, I loved English.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it was the subject that I was good at, like the subject. I couldn't tell you what the fuck the periodic table is and what the fuck's everything about, but I can tell you a few English words and what they mean.
Like, I was never the same. I didn't enjoy English when I was in school. Like I only liked it like last couple of years, like since we've left.
Yeah.
And I kind of regret it now because I wish I did so much. Like I got like average grades. I wish I tried, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
It made me like, I don't know, because my favorite aspect of writing was writing my own stuff.
Yeah.
And I did English in A level, both language and literature.
Yeah.
The only time I was able to write my own stuff and get it marked by like an examiner was in GCSE. I never got to do what I wanted to do in regards to English for 2 years.
I think that's the thing with school and university. I think when you do a podcast on nostalgia, I'm sure school will come up.
Oh boy,
We'll have some memories of that. But I think we'll do a podcast on university as well, because I'm not sure it's worth it, to be honest.
Honestly, like, I don't think it is. I personally don't think it is.
The money we're paying is like it's just PowerPoints on a screen and someone saying them.
Literally. And then you just copy a few sources from Google and hope for the best.
But that's the thing. I think. Do you read a lot?
As of late, I've been reading a bit more, but that's because I've been bored.
Don't you think it helps with your writing like so much more?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Because I feel like if you don't read, you won't be that like a good writer kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Not saying we are by any means, but I'm saying the good writers definitely read a lot.
100%. You like if you like it's just like it's like with anything really. If you wanted to learn more about nature, you'd watch nature documentaries so that you knew what animals and shit do. Just the same way that if you wanted to become a better writer, you read a lot of good books. If you wanted to get better at producing comics, you'd read a lot of comics or manga, so you know what panels look good and how to set it all out. If you wanted to get better at being a journalist, you read a bunch of news articles to see what you can and can't write, son.
Scumbags. Anyway, but yeah, it's like if you got to put the 10,000 hours into what you want to do. So you're gonna have to learn from the best and read all their material and everything. Like, why wouldn't you? It's just a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
But is there anything? Have you still been sticking? Like, you used to do a lot of music, didn't you? Like back in the day.
Yeah.
Have you been updating that recently or anything?
I've just been patching up like stuff that I've been doing, like beats and stuff.
Yeah.
I still do it. It's more of a spur of the moment thing. Like if I'm like, I don't know, sitting down and I hear something that sounds like, oh, I could chop this up and make it sound nice.
Yeah.
I just do it out of boredom, and if it sounds actually good, I go out of my way to make it better. I'm not saying that I'm a good musician at all.
yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah.
But I just do it because it's fun. That's the thing about creative stuff. It's fun. It's fun to do.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? It makes us happy.
Yeah, it makes it happy.
But yeah, I think it's a difficult time at the moment to be happy even though you're at home, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the people with like mental health issues and that use going outside and that kind of. I mean, you can still do exercise. Don't get me wrong, and that's one of the things I've been doing to keep me like on the right mindset. But not being able to go out as it would really like impact people. So I get that. Speaking of keeping fit, have you been doing like keeping any exercise or anything? Right.
Do I wanna sound good on the podcast here? Or...
Go for it, mate. Go for it.
Yeah, man. I've been doing push-ups. I've been jogging back and forth. You know, all of that shit.
Yeah.
Am I pissed?
I really thought that was sarcasm, but I didn't want to go, oh, yeah, but did it actually be real? I was like, oh, sorry, Tim.
I haven't done anything, man. It's quite depressing. I used to like going outside playing basketball with my friends. Can't do that. Do that.
Yeah. I think I went for a run yesterday, but a run /walk /jog /crawl, and I was gone an hour and 8 minutes. I was just walking around like our area, and I just felt so much better when I got back. And like, I don't wake up like at a reasonable time, and that made me go to bed at a reasonable time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'm asthmatic, so I don't have the luxury of being able to go outside as often as like you and everyone else does.
Yeah.
So whenever I want to exercise, it has to be indoors. And since I'm currently in a uni accommodation flat, it's not exactly like much area for me to do anything.
Of course, yeah.
Apart from jog back and forth continuously, like shuttle runs.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
But nah, man, I can't do any of that. I can. I just opt not to, which means I'm my own worst enemy. But I just want to go outside and do it.
Yeah, no, I completely get that. That's another thing. I mentioned my sleeping schedule being absolutely awful. And I think you've had some experience with awful sleeping schedules. So I'd say a thing that makes us happy is getting up at a reasonable time, not halfway through the day.
Yeah. You say halfway through the day, I say at the end of the day. I'm not kidding either. There's been, I think the latest it happened, because I've been, ever since this happened, I've been starting to patch it up.
Yeah.
I got up at about 3 p.m. one day, and I didn't go to bed until 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Got into bed, woke up at about 10 a.m., got up, ate breakfast, went back to bed at around 12 p.m., woke up at 9:30 p.m.
Oh my god. That is awful.
Fucked everything up.
How does that make you feel when you see the time when you get up? Because personally, for me, I feel like I've wasted my time. Do you know what I mean?
I felt awful. Like I felt awful. Like no word of a lie. I wasn't brought to tears or anything. I was just so depressed about the fact that I wasted an entire day in bed, and I didn't even need to sleep. I wasn't even that tired.
Yeah, we were the first days where we're just in bed, like chilling, just kind of thing. But like, if you get up and then like we said, go for a run, or like you just feel so much better.
Much better. Like putting your mind onto something like exercising or drawing or anything, learning a new skill, anything.
Yeah. Speaking of being healthy, what have your like eating habits been like?
Surprisingly, I've been eating 3 meals a day.
You have or haven't?
Have.
Oh, okay. Usually
I wouldn't do that.
Well, I've seen your Snapchat and you've got some banging meals on those stories. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been. My expertise is in fried chicken. Obviously, the racial connotations.
Stereotyping yourself, brilliant.
Yeah, but it's I'm good at making that shit. I'm learning how to like make Oriental food.
Yeah.
Sarah is incredible at making Indian food, and she's incredible at making food in general. So with those powers combined, we've just been making 3 meals a day. The only issue I have with all of this is the fact that we have full English breakfast a bit too much.
No, nothing wrong with that, mate. They're lovely. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no, nothing wrong with that at all. But my stomach says otherwise. Getting a bit bigger.
I love how you say this. And the last time me and our friends came down to visit you at university, we went to get like this like B-Tech Nando's that was incredible. That was like, what's it called? What was it called?
Fernandez.
That was it, Fernandez. That chicken, it was cheaper than Nando's and somehow better.
Trust me.
I don't get that. I think I said it to you about 10 times after we left. I was like, 10. That was upper echelon. That was incredible.
It is genuinely incredible. It was my food stop for like a long time.
It was like, what was it, like £7 or something for like a whole meal?
£7 for the amount of food that you'd get at Nando's. Two sides, a drink included as well. A drink included and chicken. That's mad.
That makes me happy.
That makes me happy.
Yeah. I remember when we came out, I was like, that was top tier. Even though we mentioned not enjoying university, how do you feel after you submit a coursework that's due in like relatively soon?
How do I feel like submitting it?
No, yeah, like when you submit it, what's that feeling afterwards? Are you like proper, like you gassed, are you happy, or like is it like
relief?
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt as well.
Utter relief. Like the stress that's been mounting. Just get this assignment done. Oh shit, the deadline's in 2 days. What the hell am I gonna do? And then you bang it out. You send that shit in. You get a third, but who cares?
It's done. That's all you've got to worry about. It's done.
It's done. That's all you got to worry about. It's done. That's relief right there.
It's the stress that you have to go through, man. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting, but when you get it done, and if you get a good result in the end of it, you feel fucking proud of yourself.
Can't lie, I'm shithousing some of mine at the minute, like absolutely shithousing them.
Oh, all my creative writing. I think I have 1-2-1 in the entirety of my creative writing, and I have I think 2/3. I've shit the bed this year. Last year I didn't get below a 2-1. I've started to shit the bed this year.
No, it's expected though, especially with what's going on at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. Plus, I've been to hospital like 3 times this year, man. Cut me some slack.
Yeah, exactly. You should drop them an email like, did you know I died in the past? Cheers. Do you know what I mean?
Cheers, mate. Yeah. Put my grade up by like 2, boom, about 20. Cheers.
I think, Tem, I'm going to save that story for another podcast. Maybe I might do it specifically on like a podcast on like something else, or memories, that kind of thing, and then we'll talk about that one if that's all right with you.
That's good with me.
Because if this podcast is about happiness, that story definitely does not make you happy.
Yeah, that does not make me happy.
Anyway, moving on. Something I wrote down was sports, and your favourite team. When your favourite team scores or wins something, I'm a West Brom fan, so it doesn't ever happen.
I was going to say, does that happen for you?
As a Man City fan, what's it like when you win something?
Just another day in it. No, I'm kidding.
I hate you so much.
I
hate you.
no, but,
Shut up, Tim. Get out.
It's good, especially when the team that you beat is either a bogey team or a rival of yours.
Yeah.
This season, we haven't had that much luck against both bogey teams and our rivals. We haven't beaten Liverpool, and we beat Man United in the Cup. It hasn't been a fun time for us. It hasn't been fun. But when it does happen, whoo, it's good. It's good.
I was going to say, you've really underachieved this season. I love Pep Guardiola, and he really has shit the bed this season.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And then we got the Champions League ban, and everyone's going to fuck off. And it's not looking too bright, but we have a top 4 team. Even with a couple people leaving, I reckon we have a top 4 team.
I would change that and say top 2. Personally.
Hey, you never know.
It's the
one day we look top 2. Next day Aguero goes to Boca Juniors. So
something I could update you on what it's like for a shit team. Well, we're doing alright in a minute, but a shit team that does well. So it's like added enjoyment and happiness. Because it doesn't happen often. Do you know what I mean?
Like West Brom going on a win streak.
Exactly. All right, Tim. But no, it's like it's another level. Like everyone goes absolutely mental because we're usually shit. So, but we haven't been shit recently. Like we top 2 in the Prem. We all hate Leeds scum. Got to put that out there. But in fact, I was at a concert like two months ago. And all they were singing was, "We all hate Leeds scum. We all hate Leeds scum." And I joined in because fuck Leeds. I'm alright. But no, that added excitement is incredible because you don't know what's going to happen week in, week out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, Man City, you just win the lot. Not this season.
Yeah, not this season. Well, one thing that I will give to like West Brom and teams of the same blood.
Yeah.
They are fucking incredible to watch when they do win. It's the passion is the passion in the Championship. It just doesn't exist in the Prem. It doesn't.
Yeah, I would say the Championship is the most enjoyable league to watch in the world.
It is, and it's a shame that my brain's wired to only care about it when the Premier League's over.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And the thing is, that's when it's at its most dramatic.
The playoffs, mate, is incredible to watch.
Like
I think I watch it every year. It's insane.
It reminds me so much of like the NBA playoffs because of like everyone's so gassed about. Everyone has a chance to win.
Well, you've mentioned
everybody.
You've mentioned the NBA. I've never watched a game.
Ooh.
I'm not into it. I'm not clued up on it at all. What would you say could entice me into watching that as a sport?
Watching a bunch of game-winning 3-pointers that are buzzer beaters.
Really?
When you watch all of those, you're like, shit, man. these games are close, they're fast paced, and anything could happen. Anything could literally happen.
How does that moment line up then with the incomparable Aguero moment that wins you the league for the first time in X amount of years?
Okay, right, so I'm gonna try and think of this. So Aguero, game winning shot, last second of the game.
Okay.
Boom, wins the Premier League.
Yeah.
There was a comparable moment in 2016 where Kyrie Irving for the Cleveland Cavaliers, who at this point had never won a trophy, never won the NBA Finals, at least when it was called the NBA.
Okay.
So obviously they were against the Golden State Warriors. So basically, let's say it was the Cleveland Cavaliers were Liverpool.
Okay.
They had all the talent, but they just couldn't win the big one.
Oh, okay.
Golden State were Man City. They had all of the money, and they just kept on winning. And they had the best player in the world on their team.
Yeah.
According to some people, Steph Curry's the best player in the world. I don't understand why they. Sorry, I'm rambling now. So Kyrie Irving, about 7 seconds left on the clock. It's 112, I think the score is.
Okay.
112. Literally a few seconds left on the clock. Kyrie Irving gets passed in by LeBron. He makes a beeline for the 3-point line. He knows he has to shoot because if he don't shoot, no one else is going to shoot. And then Golden State will have the ball and they'll run all the way to the side and make it and net it.
Yeah.
In front of him is Steph Curry, the MVP, the unanimous MVP. Nobody voted against him. Everyone declared him as MVP.
He's like the Messi or Ronaldo of the basketball game.
Yeah,
okay.
And Kyrie Irving was just Kyrie Irving. He was a Rookie of the Year at one point, but after that, no accolades.
Is that an actual term, Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, which I'm surprised the Premier League hasn't got.
Oh,
like a Premier League Rookie of the Year. I'm surprised they haven't got that.
The Premier has lots of things missing, to be honest. Like, sorry to get off topic. Do you know how the UFC have Dana White as a president?
Yeah.
Why does the Premier League not have a spokesperson like that?
Trust me,
that would be so needed.
Yeah. But yeah, so Curry is in front of Kyrie.
Okay.
He's defending. He is with all accountability the best player in the NBA. If you want to look at it from pure statistical level, no one voted against him. He's got the record for the most 3-pointers in a game. Blah blah blah. He's the best player in the world, basically. Kyrie Irving, at this point, practically a nobody. What does the bastard go and do? He shoots right over him, and he makes it. He makes it with about 10 seconds left on the clock.
Damn.
And everyone erupts.
Yeah.
Everyone. And it was in Cleveland as well.
I'll have to check that clip out.
Everyone erupted.
You have to link me that, Tem. I need to watch that.
It's mad. It is mad.
For you then, does that compare to the Aguero moment, or is that Aguero moment too close to home?
The Aguero moment's too close to home because football is the first sport that I remember watching. It's my favourite sport to watch.
Yeah.
And B, it's Man City. I love them, man.
No, I get that. It's incredible. I find it weird how people can we can all love something so much, but then another group of people can be like, "Why on earth do you even like that?"
Yeah.
Like your love for basketball, I don't get at all because I don't watch it or anything. But then if we try to explain to people why we love football, I don't. Like if you Google football, I'm pretty sure you'll get the bad stuff before the good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point you'd be getting coronavirus, you'd be getting scandals, you'd be getting football players earning too much money.
But yeah, exactly. That's exactly what you get. And you also, if the league is on, especially in there's so many cases of it in Italy and so many cases here actually, to be fair, of racism and that kind of thing, and you struggle to How do you then tell someone that this game is beautiful when you've got all that like added annotation? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know.
like,
It's just difficult.
it is difficult, but if you really like look at it and you accept it for what the sport's worth, because every sport has its moment. Every sport,
Oh,
I'm pretty
definitely.
sure,
Yeah.
even golf has its. And it's to me, it's one of the most boring sports ever. But
Really?
it probably has.
Do you like it?
Yeah, to watch, I don't understand it. Like, it's just a bunch of middle class people watching a put it somewhere and they clap.
Have you been to the range?
No, but I still want to.
Yeah,
I reckon playing golf.
You'll enjoy that 100%. You'll enjoy that.
Mm.
But yeah, I just find it difficult to. We love it, but when you've got, I don't know, it's difficult to explain why it's so good. It's probably the passion, just having something to support, I guess. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like a further thing as well for I'm sorry, but I'm talking about the NBA. A further thing for fucking what's it called, for that match, that game 7. Basically, for NBA finals matches and playoffs matches, they have best of 7s. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Golden State were the best team in the world. Against Cleveland, it was 3-1. They had a 3-1 lead.
That's a lot in basketball, isn't it?
That's a lot. So they won the first game, they won the second game, they lost the third game, then they won the fourth game. All they needed to do was win one more, and they had 3 games to do it. Now, who the hell would have thought that they would have lost all 3 games, and that they would have lost the third game in the last few seconds? Watching that was incredible. It was like the Man City. It was exactly like the Man City season, because United were ahead of us for quite a bit of the season. But then we just come out of nowhere in the last few seconds and do that. Similar to what Cleveland did.
That's mental.
Mm.
It's kind of like, when people say Liverpool are cursed because they haven't won the league in like X amount of years, and you're like, oh, this is a season, but then a deadly virus comes and sorts everyone out, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? You're like, are they actually cursed? Like, what is going on?
What's going on?
Yeah,
I still don't know what's happening with that. I still don't know what's happening.
They had a meeting recently. I think it was last Friday, and the discussion about making the season void was it wasn't even discussed. Like, they're fully planning to go ahead.
Imagine they made the season void. Liverpool fans would be pissed.
And we've got friends that want it. I think they want it void for bias reasons, but I think they should get everyone in camps. Like, you have Liverpool camp, you have Manchester United City camp. Make them all tested, the staff, everyone. They can't leave the camp to go back home. This is a big commitment, but I mean, you're getting paid how much? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's only like, I think they said they could do it in 3 or 4 weeks, and they could do 3 games a week. I'm not sure on the maths, to be honest. That might be wrong, but it might be a little bit more. And then just get it out of the way with, and then go back home. I don't know why a million pound industry can't do that.
And they're just trying to work a way around it. I get that they are, but
I don't think there is one.
There is one, no.
I don't think we're coming out of isolation for a long time, to be honest.
Same. It's got extended for 3 weeks, and it's got everyone thinking, oh, it's going to end.
No chance.
I don't think, because the death toll's risen to, what's it now, like 15,000?
It's something ridiculous, yeah.
Like, literally, that's the first... I read the death toll today, yeah?
Yeah.
That's the first time I read the death toll in about 2 weeks. How have over 10,000 people died since the last time I read it?
It's scary.
That's terrifying.
But here's another thing. China opened everything back up when they had 0 deaths on the day. We're still getting 800 a day, kind of thing.
I don't know what we're doing.
I think last time I checked 4 days ago, and it was on 800, and I think my mum told me last night that it was still relatively high, like 600, 700, so I'm not sure.
Jesus, man.
I felt really sorry for... Have you seen the Italy numbers?
Yeah, Italy's mad.
I feel awful. I
need to check up Spain, because we're still paying for our holiday in the...
Oh, really?
Cancelled the move. Yeah.
Every holiday of like my friends and family, everyone's been cancelled that I know of. Like everyone.
Yeah, ours hasn't been cancelled yet. You know.
When is it?
It's in June. To Spain. Like I don't know why they have the idea that Spain's going to be fine when Spain's one of the countries that's been hit the worst.
I was gonna say I really can't see that flight going ahead. To be honest with you, mate.
I just want it to get cancelled so I have a bit of money in my pocket. I can't lie to you.
So when the student finance comes in, please. Something I have jotted down as well is when your favourite fighter wins. I can't remember ever speaking to you about fighting. Do you watch boxing or the UFC or anything?
That's the thing. I haven't really gotten into it.
We used to play the game on PlayStation like back in the day.
Oh yeah, but I like fighting games.
Yeah, you really do actually. I'm sure nostalgia that'll come with the nostalgia one. But do you have a favourite fighter?
Not really. You know, I don't have a favourite fighter. WWE. No. I don't have a favourite fighter. I don't really watch boxing. I don't watch combat sports. It's not my type of thing.
Do you still watch wrestling?
On and off.
Yeah.
I watch it more for the story now. If anything, I don't really care about the wrestling.
Does it bother you that it's fake?
No, it hasn't bothered me for the past 15 years of my existence. Knowing, I know that it's fake. It's just, to me, it's like, all right, then, if it's fake, and I know that there's stories behind it, at least make the fucking stories good.
Yeah.
And for a very long time, the stories were top notch.
Yeah.
Like, people talk about, watching. The reason people talk about the matches in wrestling and the storylines back then is because they were actually good. Like, really good cinematic quality. But now it's just, oh, I don't like you. I won that title.
Yeah, it's bad writing kind of thing.
Awful writing. Awful.
Well, that's a good segue to what makes me happy is podcasts. And I watched Jack Mate.
Yeah.
He had a podcast recently where he had a professional wrestler on, and he managed to persuade me a bit. Like I actually kind of wanted to watch it after listening to the podcast. And I've never even thought about watching it ever. I think I've gave you stick in the pass for actually watching it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to have a look. I don't think I will. If I'm being brutally honest, I don't think I will. But I don't know. Would you say it's worth having a look at?
I'd say it's worth having a look at the old stuff.
Yeah.
Stone Cold versus The Rock. That's a storyline that lasts about 7 years in total, I believe.
Yeah.
That whole spiel. John Cena versus CM Punk. John Cena versus AJ Styles. A bunch of that stuff.
That doesn't help you when CM Punk goes into the UFC and gets absolutely dismantled, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, that makes WWE seem very illegitimate, which it is. It is a very illegitimate thing.
Then again, I think Lesnar pulled it round a bit though when he went in.
Oh yeah, I don't know why people think he was unstoppable. He got beat twice or 3 times, I believe, right?
I think he's 6-3. I think I'm not sure.
Yeah, Cain Velasquez beat the shit out of him. I remember watching.
Yeah, that was bad.
That's something I remember. Oh man.
I think Frank Mir as well got him a leg lock kind of thing and just ripped his leg off.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I suppose that doesn't help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
it makes me happy watching wrestling when it's good.
Yeah.
Something really good happened over WrestleMania. You know how everyone I bet you even know this. You know how everyone didn't like John Cena.
Do.
Yeah. No one liked him because he just won everything, and it was so obvious that the writers and WWE creative liked him over everyone else.
Yeah. The money man though, wasn't he? Was he?
Yeah. This one wrestler, literally it's gonna sound so wacky, but he has this quote unquote power to see in people's minds, and
God.
he uses those fears to make his opponent feel like shit, and he beats him in the process.
Okay.
So basically, like, John Cena isn't the best person in the world. Like, he's a cool human being, but when it comes to work, he's an ass.
Yeah.
Like, he always steps on people to get his way to the top. He always made sure that no one else had his spot. Like, whenever WWE created had a decent idea for another wrestler to like have a match with him, John Cena would be like, okay, yeah, that's cool, but make sure I win.
Really?
I don't want to lose my credibility and all that kind of crap.
Well, that's the thing.
So,
It's fake. So how do you, like, if someone's actually trying to work their way up, how?
because kids believe it.
Oh, okay.
And like this wrestler like delved into his mind, like poked at all of his insecurities. He made comparisons to him and Hulk Hogan, because they were both the biggest stars of their era.
Yeah.
Also commented on their foursome grace. Said that he didn't want to turn bad purely because he was getting a lot of money, and how he steps and he's just it's. That's the one thing that I recommend you watch. If there's one thing that you should watch, it's that. If you watch that and not watch wrestling ever again after that, I will completely respect your idea.
Okay,
but
I'll check it out.
That one thing is good.
Mate, there's no better time to give me new stuff to watch, honestly. Here's a thing I wanted to talk about. Now, you don't drink.
Nope.
It's for very valid reasons that you don't have to mention. You can mention it in the future, but I don't need to be pressurised into mentioning it now because they're very valid and personal. Okay.
Yeah.
Could I talk to you about the pub and nights out?
I guess you can. I did used to go on nights out loads. I actually haven't been on that.
Well, that's the thing. We've got friends who don't drink that have still came to the pub and still gone on a night out and they've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You've never came, apart from, well, you've been on nights out. What do you think about nights out and the pub for someone who doesn't drink?
The pub is cool when you have friends with you.
The social occasion kind of thing.
Yeah, like the only time I go to pubs when I'm with when I'm with a bunch of friends. That shit's cool. Like that's always cool. Like just to get together in it. Yeah, going to the pub is cool when you're with friends and stuff. But nights out, I fucking hate them, man. Like, I've never seen the point. Honestly, yeah. I don't like. Last year for Freshers Week, I went a lot, but I had my reasons for going a lot. I wasn't going for the nights out. I was going because someone was there that I was trying to,
that's all good.
But while I was there,
yeah,
searching for coochie, it made me because all I was doing was
yeah.
Because like there's while I was trying to make moves and shit, I was hearing background noise of all the songs. Now when you continuously try and go for the cooch for an entire week,
yeah,
you start to take notice of things around you.
Of course, naturally.
And one thing that I took notice of was, Jesus Christ, they really are playing the same songs all the time, aren't they?
Oh, no, that's a good point, actually. I've been on a night out and know what song is coming next.
Literally, yeah.
Me and my friends have gone, yeah, this song's next. And we're bang on because they play the same playlist.
Like literally, like, this one DJ, yeah, in Leicester, on the first night, Drake, Over, that song by Drake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that song came on. And then it transitioned into Drake's verse on Sicko Mode. When I first heard that, I was like, yo, that's bad. That is sick.
You heard it again.
And then by night 5, I was like, oh, get ready, boys. He's like, I know way too many people here right now. and then out of nowhere, out like a light. I bet you that's coming, lads. I bet you that's coming. And then it happens. And everyone's like, yo, how did you know that? I was like, it's been the same thing for the past week.
To be fair, I completely understand that point. I suppose if you not drink, I don't think I would like if I wasn't having a drink. I'm not sure I would. Well, I think I'd like it for the music aspect, but that's what concert and gigs are for. Do you know what I mean?
Literally, like I that's one reason why I don't like nights out. Another reason is because when people are drunk, man. Like, or like, it's different when your boys are drunk. When your boys are drunk and your mates are drunk, it's different. When there's random people just pissing you off because of how drunk they are. No.
I get that, but at the same time, the first time I got drunk, you were there, and it was at my house.
Yeah, but that was funny though.
It was funny. I think we embarrassed ourselves a lot more than pissed you off.
It was funny because I know you.
What made me laugh was our friend who doesn't drink a lot was in my kitchen just having shots on his own. He was having shots. I was like, bro, you understand you are going to pass out at some point? And he was like, oh, okay, I'll stop. I was like, oh my god. But no, I'd get that from someone who doesn't like drinks perspective. But saying that, the same friend that doesn't drink, he came on a night out with us in Birmingham, and that can be a lengthy night out. You're coming back at like past 4 a.m. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we went top floor of I think you've been, Snobs.
Yeah, I know Snobs.
And a lot people give it a lot of shit, but we went top floor and they were playing some bangers, and to the point where our mutual friend went, that was a really good night out, to be there. I was like, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, top floor Snobs ain't too bad. It's pretty enjoyable.
Oh, speaking of that, we saw a woman, a security guard, basically wrestling and beating the shit out of each other on the floor.
What the fuck?
And one of our other friends decided to record it and say World Star, so it is what it is, I guess. Anyway, moving on. But, yeah, the pub, you could enjoy the pub.
Yeah.
Because it's just a social... The drinking doesn't really come into... It does, obviously, but you don't get... I mean, sometimes you do. But you don't exactly get bladdered, like, in the pub. You can just be there for...
it's just the piss. It's just the piss up, to be honest.
I think the last time we went to the pub was one of our friends' birthdays, and me just sat there, and there wasn't like too many people there, so we just took the piss, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was like... yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It was Hannah's birthday, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was, yeah. And we just took the piss. Then we went to Sainsbury's, and we bought more alcohol, which you didn't consume.
Of course.
Good lad. I think that's it for this podcast on happiness, Tem. I hope you've enjoyed yourself.
Oh, I did. This made me very happy.
We did record another one, didn't we? And it was a decent one as well. What was it about?
It was just about life.
I think that we'll do that after nostalgia one. If you're down, we'll try and recreate the quote unquote magic of that one. Yeah,
I'm down if OBS doesn't shag us again.
Oh, that was honestly. I opened the recording up, the software, and my heart sank. Because literally, I was like, I can only hear myself, and oh no, don't make me relive it. But anyway,
if it does it again, I'll jump off the building.
Some dark humour, lovely. Tim, thanks for coming on.
Anytime, bro.
I'm gonna put yours and Sarah's links in the description, I think.
Hey.
So yeah, enjoy the one comment you'll get off that. Not even that, you won't even get a comment, bro. You'll get a view.
Just a singular view.
And that'll be me. So brilliant. Yeah, Tim, thanks for coming on.
Anytime, man.
Make sure you listen to the next episode of the Hourglass Podcast.